Right. Do you really? Man, I'm actually high on Mississippi State, but you're talking me out of them. I'm kind of Mississippi State. Look, I like Bama to win it. I like Auburn. I like Auburn second. Yeah. Right. Think so? Man, I don't know. I mean, you think he's better than Saban? A lot, or not many, but he had a lot of NFL offers. Yeah.
He was there. We won 2 out of 3.
We're live here with Lance and Jasper. This is King Chief, live here on Live and go check him out, Lance and Jasper. Lance and Jasper, big time Florida fan, knows a lot about the Gators. We're chatting all things football with him right here. Yeah, I mean, I mean, Dak Prescott was one of the better jobs I've seen with the quarterback in a long time. Long time. Dak Prescott, yeah, he didn't have any offers either. You're right. That man did not have any offers.
They told him to play linebacker. What they told Dak Prescott. They were correct as a linebacker. That's a joke.
Yeah.
And that's why I say Dan Mullen finds hidden talent on offense better than anybody. To find Dak Prescott and Nick Fitzgerald, I mean, no matter who plays quarterback at Florida, all 3 quarterbacks could win you 9 games.
Right.
Possibly 10. So, I mean, we're only projected to win 8. That's a joke. I see 10 easy. I mean, I'll give you Georgia and Florida State as toss-ups, but we can win the other 10.
You all play Florida State? Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Every year.
Oh, fuck.
But it only gets you against the SEC, though.
Huh?
It don't hurt you as far as getting to Atlanta, though. You can still get to Atlanta and lose that game. It don't hurt your SEC record.
That's true. That's true.
But if you have a national championship with.
I mean, that's still brutal, though, to play Florida State at the end of the year every year. My God.
It's an unfair advantage the Gators have always had, man, and they wonder why they don't want to play non-conference game. I mean, to play Florida State, no other team in the SEC. I mean, South Carolina plays Clemson.
Yeah.
Clemson. Florida State's always been Florida State.
Right. They've been good as long as I can remember, to be honest with you.
They've been good our whole lives, bro.
Yeah.
It started in 91 and it never quit.
Right. Yeah, right when I could understand football, I knew right away that Florida State's elite in football.
Hollywood and more done.
Hey, would you agree with this? They were kind of the team of the 90s. Would you agree with that?
Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska was up there. Everybody hated Miami.
Well, Miami won like 2000, so you kind of put them in the 99, 2000. I think you kind of put them.
You remember when they won all those games in a row back in the 90s? How many games did they win straight? Like 30 or some shit?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't want to guess.
It was a lot.
Well, yeah, Florida State was dominant, man, and I say Nebraska was dominant. But you could argue either way, Nebraska or Florida State. You couldn't go wrong with either pick. I would say Nebraska might have more national championships, but as far as winning more games, I bet it ain't even close. Florida State dominated the 90s.
Yeah, they did.
Well, but Nebraska did have that before, and you can't ignore that.
I'm not saying this because you're a Florida fan, but Florida had a few years, though, in the 90s when they were just like, whoa, good.
Yeah, but Florida in the 90s really underachieved. I only win one national championship.
Yeah.
I love C. Spurrier, and I love the Gators, and nobody loves them more than me. But to be honest, you got to say that team underachieved, man.
You mean the Spurrier era?
Well, a lot of it had to do with playing Florida State. He was 4-8 against Florida State.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's just brutal. And look, here's the thing. I think there might be a few years there that Florida's the better team, but they lose because they had to play a brutal SEC schedule going into that football game.
Right. I would agree with that 100%, man, because the ACC was a joke.
Joke when we were growing up.
Florida State was running wild, man. Miami, I don't even think Miami was in the ACC back then.
Nope. That's why Florida State was running wild. If they had Miami in there, they'd have been fucked. Right. Those boys from Miami were bad in the 90s.
Yeah, Clemson was not Clemson in the 90s.
No, they weren't. Not at all. Not at all. Clemson just came on, man.
Virginia Tech wasn't even Virginia Tech much in the 90s. They came on late with Michael Vick in 98.
Virginia Tech had 1 year, and that was with Michael Vick, but that was an elite year, even though they didn't win a title.
I agree. That's what I say. My other Virginia Tech, Michael Vick, but that was late 90s.
Michael Vick, man, that dude was a bad man.
Florida State.
You remember Michael Vick, that 1 year he played Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I remember. I'm not a fan of Michael Vick, though. But
I don't like him. I don't like him at all, but that's a bad man.
He can run. I'll give him that.
Bad.
He got jailbreak.
Probably.
You got jailbreak speed, man. You seen it. You can't tackle that guy in a phone booth, man. I'll give you this.
I know.
Man. Again, I'll be honest with you, I never really watched a whole Michael Vick game in college.
Really?
That's really all I really like to watch.
Well, here's the thing about Michael Vick. He's good, but he can't pass that great. Would you agree or disagree with that?
What?
Do you agree or disagree that Michael Vick was very good, but he fucking struggled with his pass?
I mean, that's pretty obvious to me.
But not to me. What's your answer?
Struggled with his passing?
Yeah. You agree? There's a lot of people that would tell me that
Michael Vick was very good at all. I think Michael Vick was a special kind of talent, but I don't think Michael Vick is a good quarterback at all. If you did top quarterbacks of all time, I don't think Michael Vick makes the top 10. I'm not sure he makes the top 20. I mean, I don't think he's even really a quarterback. He's a playmaker. He's the best athlete on the field with a ball in his hands. Can he make some deep throws? Yeah. Does he hit some nice throws now and then? Of course he can. Can he run better than anybody in the league? You better believe it. Michael Vick's not a great quarterback on any level. So to say he's very good, I wouldn't even say he's very good.
I like your stand here, son. I like it.
Well, that's just me. I mean, yeah, he's got a deep arm. He can make some plays, but come on, great quarterback or very good. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are very good, but you want to be great. Hell.
Right. Well, listen, man. Here's the thing. He got torn up. He got beat up in that Florida State game. But he absolutely going up to that game. I remember watching it. I probably was like 13 years old, 14. I remember watching him during the season at VTech, and he was absolutely eating boys up. But here's the thing with the whole deal, though. He didn't play the SEC type competition now. Keep that in mind. He's at Virginia Tech. This is before Virginia Tech is really known as a decent team. It put him on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I did. I agree. I did put him on the map.
So, But what happened was he went into Florida State, and those are some bad boys. We just got done talking about Florida State in the '90s, and Florida State put a hammer on them.
I don't knock him for losing that game. Again, I didn't watch the game. Anybody who loses Florida State at 90s, that's not a knock on the player.
No.
Their team defense is electric.
Electric. Man, I remember playing football in high school. Me and a couple buddies were talking about, yeah, man, fucking Florida State, out in Florida State. We're out in the blazing sun on the football field. Yeah, man, Florida State. Man, they got defensive linemen that run a 4.3 40.
Yeah. I remember Derek Brooks. I remember playing that Bill Walsh College Football Live on the Sega. Oh, Derek Brooks, 55, man. That kid was fast on that game, man.
I guarantee it.
They always be Florida State, and I'll be Florida, man. With my ass every time on that opposite board down it. Charlie Wood, Derek Brooks on defense, he just tore my ass up.
Talking here live with Lance and Jasper. So who would you say is your biggest rival being a Florida fan?
Tennessee, man.
Tennessee?
Well, for me, it's Tennessee because it means more. It means more.
Why is that? Tell me why.
Well, I mean, because as far as getting to Atlanta, and it's early in September, if you lose that game, your season's pretty much toast from the beginning. I mean, beating Florida State's fine and dandy for trash talk if you live in the state of Florida, but if you're talking about the most important game on our schedule, it's always Tennessee.
Wow.
Again, if you fall in a two-game hole in September in the SEC, your season's pretty much washed out. You're watching the scoreboard, and that ain't a good feeling for your players, coaches, and a fan base like Florida. You don't want no part of that.
Right.
I mean, as far as trash talk, probably lately, Georgia.
Georgia. So would you say Georgia's your least favorite team?
Overall,
Tennessee. Has it always been that way? As a Florida fan, has it always been that way? Has Tennessee always been like your all's biggest rival?
Well, depends on what Florida fan you ask, because every Florida fan's got a different opinion. A lot of them say, a lot of game fans will tell you Florida State or Georgia.
Right.
I'm just telling you, my heart, there ain't a bigger game on the schedule than Tennessee. I mean, you go back to the 90s, and neither one of them have been the same program lately. But again, being early in September, you cannot highlight that game and how significant it is to your season.
Right. Right. I mean, that makes perfect sense. You all do play them at the beginning of the year.
Lately, and Florida State's kicked our ass 6 years in a row. But before that, we beat them 5 years in a row. And I'm going to tell you what happened to the Florida State rival. This is breaking news, son. That punk-ass Urban Meyer, 2009, decided he was going to quit. Came back for 2010, didn't recruit. And when you miss a year of recruiting in the SEC, it'll set your ass back.
It's over. Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's been 10 damn years since we've been good. 2008 to 2018.
Right.
Nobody talk about it. It didn't start with Jim McElwain. It starts when you take a year off of recruiting in the SEC, especially in the state of Florida, when you got schools like Florida State, Miami. Georgia don't have that in their state.
Right.
And Urban Meyer put us behind the ball, and then Jeremy Foley wants to be ignorant. I mean, just ignorant. When he fired Will Muschamp, not only did he keep him for a fourth year, let me slow down. Will Muschamp, 3 years. If you would have fired him after his third year, you could have got James Franklin before he headed to Penn State. You fired him after his fourth year, you were stuck with trash. He wouldn't hire Dan Mullen because he didn't like his attitude.
Yeah.
And guess what, son? You got fooled in the damn interview, and when it came down to it, Scott Strickland booted Jim McElwain's ass because he didn't like his attitude. Never get fooled in an interview. What you do on the field is what matters, son. Anybody can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? And Jim McElwain couldn't get it done, son. If he'd have hired Dan Mullen, we wouldn't be in this damn shape.
You know, it pains me to say this, but I actually agree with you.
Well, that's the damn truth. There ain't no way around it. Jeremy Foley dropped the damn ball, and it didn't help. Urban Meyer want to come back on a sick leave and get his ass, take a year off and recruiting in the SEC? Are you kidding me? And how the hell does Florida win 2 out of 3 national championships and fall behind in facilities? How the hell do you do that? How do you fall behind in facilities when you win 2 out of 3 national championships? Every sport you got is winning national championships. And you're behind in facilities? Jeremy Foley fell asleep at the wheel. Somebody should have slapped his ass.
Yeah.
And the media in Florida, Pat Dooley and them guys, never called him out. They make me sick. They want to piss in your damn face and tell you it's raining. Well, I ain't buying it, son.
Right. Right. You think they'd be light years ahead if they would have hired Dan Mullen at that time?
I mean, give me a damn break. Just think if he would have fucking... Just think if he wouldn't have... Forget Dan Mullen for a minute. What if he'd have hired James Franklin instead of letting him go to Penn State?
I mean, that'd be brilliant.
For me, that would have been a better hire than Dan Mullen.
I know.
You can't get him right now, but you could have got him then.
Yep.
That kid was brilliant. Watch his SEC Media Days press conferences. Look what he did at Vanderbilt. Will never be done again, son.
Yeah.
He did it in a short time at a time when the SEC East wasn't as weak as it is now.
James Franklin, man, I agree. I totally. But listen, here's the thing about James Franklin. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he fucking admitted to me that he was totally wrong. I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Before the year last year, we had a debate if James Franklin is an elite coach in the elite tier up there with Saban and the boys. I told him he is. My buddy said, no, he's not yet. And I said, are you discounting what he did at Vandy? Vandy? He turned Vandy into a competitive team.
Well, look at what he took over at fucking Penn State and the sanction and the label that program has on it compared to what Urban Meyer flip-flopped his ass into on Ohio State. He cherry-picked a damn job, son. James Franklin took a tough situation, and he's turned it into something I never thought I'd see Penn State football achieve again. You can't expect him to win it all right now.
My buddy is an idiot. He's going to kill me for saying this, but an idiot for saying James Franklin is not an elite coach. And I'm going to have to fucking...
Top 3 in the damn nation. I don't care he ain't got a national team. Well, he's top 5. I wouldn't put him ahead of Dabo. But he's top 5, man. James Franklin, are you kidding me? But I'll tell you, you better believe if we'd have hired a Dan Mullen years ago, we wouldn't be in this damn shape, man. Dan Mullen, I don't think people understand what this kid can do with talent. I mean, go back and watch the Florida offense. If people would say it was Urban Meyer's offense, if that's true, how come we struggled in 09? To not win a national championship in 09 was the biggest bust in college football history. You got the greatest player of all time in Tim Tebow coming back for his senior year, and you don't win it all? That's a bust, Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
And the next year, you're going to go 6-6? Are you kidding me? That is a bust job, choke job, and I don't give a damn what Florida fan don't like. Two national championships in 6 years with the greatest senior winning this class of all time with Tim Tebow, and you're going to tell me that's all you could get?
Right.
No.
Wait, he had 2 titles?
This ain't baseball, son. 2 out of 6 is great if you're the Atlanta Braves. Hell, they couldn't even get that.
Atlanta Braves was 1 out of 6.
1 out of 6.
Yeah. They choked.
Like Bobby Cox.
Atlanta Braves choked like a motherfucker in the 90s.
You better believe it, man. It's shameful. Bobby Cox shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of Shame, son.
Bobby doesn't have a title, does he?
Got 1.
He's got 1.
95. They won 95. They beat Cleveland. Hell, everybody beats Cleveland.
Cleveland?
They won the World Series. They beat Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm glad we pitched game 6.
That's right.
Pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run. Oh, he gave up no runs because they won 1-0 on Dave Gus's home run.
Man, that was hard to believe that was so many years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Go back and look at that Indians lineup, man. That's Hall of Fame. But
Hey, man, we're getting old, though, dude. For real.
Hey, man, that's what happened. Hey, man, think about it. We grew up in the glory days of football. We grew up in the glory days of baseball, and we've seen the best of the NBA you'll ever see in your life, man.
I'm assuming you're talking about the Jordan Bulls?
I didn't see of a LeBron Michael Jordan debate because anybody has to debate that, don't understand a damn thing about basketball and should be banned from talking about basketball.
Well, I'm actually doing a video here soon about why Jordan is a lot better than LeBron on my channel right here. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm assuming you like Jordan over LeBron, though, right?
Man, don't discredit yourself by doing a show like that. Anybody that's got to talk about it just proves they don't know nothing about sports, man. To have that debate is humorous. Nobody wants to hear that, man.
Man, here's the thing. I'm so sick and tired on Facebook that these motherfuckers talk about LeBron putting GOAT pictures. We've never seen anything like this. He's the greatest. I was like, man, give me a fucking break. You ever see Michael Jordan play defense?
When it's all you've seen, you think it's the greatest thing you've ever seen.
And that's what I'm going to have to teach these kids.
They're a prisoner of the moment. The media is guilty of this, man. The media created this shit. I ain't got a problem with LeBron James. I got a problem with the media.
Correct.
When you come to NBA basketball and have a debate with a straight face on your face that somebody's better than Michael Jordan. That don't even make sense, bro.
Now, what about, listen.
You ask that question, you should be banned.
I agree.
You should be fired on the spot, man. I mean, that's like supporting child abuse.
What do you think about Scottie Pippen?
Great player. I know he choked at Portland, but again, I mean, this guy was great. And what he did, he allowed Michael Jordan to rest. And what he did with his defense, second to none. That's what made them great. That's what people don't understand about the Bulls. They were just as good on defense as they were offense. And that's what made them great.
Who do you think is better, LeBron or Scottie Pippen?
I mean, if you just go by stats, it's LeBron.
Not going by stats. Who's the overall better basketball player?
Scottie Pippen would have shut his ass down.
Boom. Thank you.
LeBron leader shut his ass down.
Thank you.
Would have melted that boy, son.
God damn, how many times have I said that?
He would rank LeBron James in public.
Look, Scottie Pippen had the best defense in the league.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Better than Michael Jordan.
Better than Jordan's, and Jordan was one of the greatest I've ever seen of all time. That's what made these guys better than LeBron. These kids don't realize that. Back in the day, the NBA was great. Growing up, it was great. They played defense. They hated each other. They weren't fucking kissing and making love after the games like these Warriors and all these players, man. They hated each other.
Every team had stars, man. Every team had Hall of Famers, man. And you had role players. It was real stuff, and it was a tough league, man. When you came down the middle in the NBA, it was a business decision. These guys right here, patty cake, man.
Patty cake is fuck. I can't even watch it.
I don't watch the shit, man. Only time I watch the NBA Finals is when I know LeBron James is going to lose.
Right.
I just watch him lose.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only time I watch the NBA basketball.
I knew he was going to get swept.
I don't even watch college basketball anymore. I gave up.
College basketball is ruined.
I football for the rest of my life, man.
You know, college basketball and NBA basketball are the same thing. They're both ruined. Because, look, back in the day, college basketball used to be great. They played defense. They drained threes. They press. You know what I'm saying? Today, it's all about one-on-one ISO. You know what I'm saying? No play, just let this guy take it to the rim, and hopefully he'll get fouled or pass it for a three. It's fucking vanilla.
And what I hate about today's basketball game, the entry pass is a lost art.
Right.
Man. They can't even get an entry pass to the post. If a guy had a man sealed, they don't recognize it and get it to him. It breaks my heart, man. Dudes had Wendell Carter, Marvin Bagley, and man, Marvin Bagley worked his ass off posting up. He would have excellent position, have his guy sealed, and never got the ball. You got a Hall of Fame coach over there, and you can't get this man the ball on the block. Are you kidding me? As hard as he worked, hey.
Man, speaking of which,
I will never watch college basketball again in my life.
can I try to convince you to watch one game?
Duke and Kentucky in the national championship is the only time I'll ever watch.
That's so fucking close. Duke and Kentucky, first game. Listen, first game of the year. First game of the year, Champions Classic in New York, New York. Kentucky's preseason 1, Duke's preseason 2. Duke has the top 3 overall players in this job. So on football terms, that's getting 1, 2, and 3. That's getting fucking all in a different position. And just imagine that inflated on a basketball court where there's only 5 people out there.
It's never been done before, and a lot of people were acting like when Kentucky had that 38-0 season going before they choked. That Coach Cal was the face of college basketball, and Coach K was old news. Well, I got news for you, son. Kentucky ain't done nothing since, and Coach K won that national title that year. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Coach K is the greatest basketball coach of all time. Don't give me that John Wooden shit.
I'm trying to think who I'd put above him. And by the way, Cal. Here's where I'm with it.
It's the Bobby Cox of baseball.
Yeah.
This guy should be fired from Kentucky.
Listen, he should have 3 titles. Okay, he should have 3 titles. Okay, he should. He should, but he doesn't.
Exactly.
That's why he's not. Listen to me. Hey, listen. I swear to God, I could have won 3 titles. Me, myself, I could have won 3 titles since he's been to Kentucky. I swear on my child, I could have won 3 titles with the talent that he has had the past 10 years. Or however long the fuck he's been here, 8 years. 3 of those 8 years, he had so much superior talent, it wasn't close. It wasn't even close, the talent he had. You're talking about Carl Anthony Towns and all these fucking boys on a college team, and you can't win a title with that? Are you kidding me?
Well, think about this, man. Down the stretch in that game, last 2 minutes, 2 24-second violations. Man, that's because you ain't playing a true point guard.
Hey, but you know why I'm excited about 2 years?
Tell me.
Because Cal's going to be gone. Thank God. I am too, man. For real.
I'd quit, man. For this guy not to be able to win as much as he had, I'd quit, and I told the damn bank you, Brad Stevens, to pay you to come out of college.
Right. I can't wait. You know why I'm excited about 2 years?
You're going to get to replace John Calipari.
Man, to replace John Calipari, I want to get. Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, I know who I want to get, but they would never get him. Bill Self.
Oh, fuck. He's another choke artist, man.
Yeah, but he can recruit.
John Calipari can recruit. That ain't a problem. You need somebody who can win the big game. These are kids.
Listen.
How to get these players over the hump. I'm tired of seeing talented kids get robbed of championships because coaches get tied and coaches can't get it done down the stretch. Are you kidding me? The talent Duke had last year enough to win a national championship. Coach K choked. If he can't coach no better than that shit, I don't want to watch it.
Right.
And I don't give a damn. I mean, if Kentucky fans said the same thing about John Calipari, he's came off small.
Yeah.
He ain't got the job done.
He has not.
I don't want to hear about the tournament appearance. He was hired to win championships.
Yes.
And he ain't done it.
Yep. 1 out of 8 with that talent is unexcusable.
How many does he won in Kentucky?
1.
I know he won. He might have won 2.
No, he's only won 1.
1. That is unacceptable.
I know.
I would quit if I couldn't do better than that.
Yeah.
How would I look myself in the mirror? How could I kiss my kids at night?
Right. You're cheating not only the fan base, but fucking these kids. It's ridiculous.
Kids, man. And his ass ought to resign if he can't do no better than that big game. He is a choke artist, man. Yeah, he's cool. He's collective. He knows how to bring them in.
Right.
But he don't know how to coach.
Right. I don't trust him, to be honest with you. He's got that quality, you know what I'm saying? That was like, man, I don't trust this guy for some reason. I don't know if I turn around, he's going to stab me in the back and kill me, man.
Yeah, he's slick like that, man. He seemed like that dude, man. He's sucker punching, you know. You have to watch him, guy. Because he can't win. Because he can't win, man. He don't sucker punch you and cheat like he did at UMass. He just can't win.
So I'm sure you enjoyed Florida's 2 wins over Kentucky in basketball this year.
I don't.
You don't fuck with basketball?
I don't do basketball. I'm Gator football.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
That's all I watch. That's all I study. That's all I breathe, eat, sleep. That's all I know, man.
So basically, you live Florida Gator football.
That's all I care about. That's all I live for. Besides my dog and my girlfriend over here, sweet man. And my mama. Don't forget about my sweet mama.
So tell me why Florida's going to be Georgia this year, man.
That's all I study, man.
Tell me why Florida's going to be Georgia this year, man.
I mean, I done told you, man. Dan Mullen, man. Think about our roster against Georgia.
Convince me. I'm the average fan, man. Convince me that I'm going to pick Florida because I'm on the fence between Florida and Georgia. Sell me on your Florida Gators.
Like I told you, man. When you talk about experience and production, the Florida Gators got more coming back than Georgia. You're talking about 19 starters for the Florida Gators. You're talking about you can open up the best secondary in the nation, man. I told you about the pick six Clay, Marco Henderson, Marco Wilson and C.J. Henderson, man. Chauncey Gardner, man. Are you kidding me? David Reese, 103 tackles in 11 games last year, coming back in the middle. Georgia don't have that production. They're replacing their whole front seven, and their secondary is the biggest question mark of their team. Check the tape of the national championship last year if you don't believe. So you tell me, and you're talking about the second best running back stable in the SEC at Florida, Jordan Scarlett. Michael P. Ryan had 9 touchdowns in 11 games last year. He ain't even expected to get the ball much this year because you got a Darius Lemon. Malik Davis is back healthy. This guy averaged 6.7 yards a carry as a freshman before he got hurt. And you want to talk about Dan Mullen, the most underrated play caller in America? What he can do with hidden talent, what he's done with less talent at Mississippi State. You bring him to the Florida Gators, where Van Jefferson gets cleared. You want to talk about the best wide receiving core and probably the SEC, hands down. Jacob Copeland, the star recruit. Man, when these guys break the huddle, Jacob Copeland, he can line up in the slot, outside. He can motion to the backfield. I mean, even Van Jefferson, he played slot last year at Mississippi, but he's expected to play outside for us. So when you break the huddle and you don't know where guys are going to line up, that confuses the defense, make them play slow, and don't worry about our quarterback. What you need to focus on is our quarterback coach, and that's Dan Mullen, the best in the country the last 6 years in college football. If you don't believe me, ask Dak Prescott, ask Nick Fitzgerald.
Better than Saban.
At developing quarterbacks, Nick Saban don't touch quarterbacks.
About overall coach.
I'm talking about overall coach.
Oh, okay.
Developing quarterbacks the last 6 years, nobody's been better than Dan Mullen.
Where do you got Dan Mullen? Where do you got him ranked in the top 25?
Do what?
Where do you have Dan Mullen ranked as an overall coach in the top 25?
I'm going to tell you right now, Dan Mullen will win a national championship before Kirby Smart does. So
you talking about the 5 range, 10 range, 15 range? Give me a ballpark.
He's top 10 easy.
Top 10?
8, 7, I don't know.
Damn.
I know my 5, but I don't get into rankings because anybody can have, and I don't get into stat because anybody can use a stat to support a debate.
Right.
I get into real talk, and if you look at it on the field, your eye test, you can't tell me Dan Mullen ain't one of the best quarterback developers in the nation. To go to 8 straight ball games at Mississippi State is incredible, man. Never been done. You tell me why Georgia's better than Florida?
I can't. That's what I'm saying. I really can't.
They don't have the running back. They don't have the running back, Deb. I mean, DeAndre Swift had 51 carries last year. Nick Chubb had 225. You can't expect that kid to take that many more carries and not get hurt.
Hey, they're banking on that freshman. They're banking on that freshman. You know that, right?
Hurt. Tore his ACL.
Yeah. They're banking on him, boy. They're saying he might be ready for game 1, but he's going to go in there and be hurt if they rush him in there.
He's ready for game 1. Coming back from an ACL ain't no easy job. And you don't ever know if he's going to be the same player. You don't know if he's got the confidence in his knee
exactly.
to be the same player he was before.
Exactly.
You don't know if he's going to feel like cutting like that. You don't know if he trusts it. It's a whole different game when you get hurt. Especially on them knees on the running backs. It's fear in their heart, man. It's not personal. I mean, it's just part of the game. It's what happens. I've seen it with great running backs.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I could probably only name 3 starting players on the Georgia defense with a gun to my head right now. I could only probably get 3.
And the Florida Gators have got 19 returning starters, man. I mean, probably 8 on defense.
Right. Oh, man, that's going to be – I can't wait.
Actually, it's 10 on offense, 9 on defense. But again, man, look at the production. Georgia lost all their production. They lost their top sack leader. They lost their top interception receiver. They lost their top tackler. They lost their top tackle for loss guy. Florida's got all that coming back. Plus, you had Amari Barney. Tom Lemon told me he's ready to go right away, man. This kid's a star on defense. Trey Dean, he showed up big at the Under Armour. We got youth and Justin Watkins. I mean, they stole this kid out of Louisiana. He's going to play corner for us. He's electric, man. He's got speed to burn. Florida Gators got defense, man. And that's what wins championships. And when you're replacing your whole front seven and your secondary on a Georgia team that just cost them a national championship, their defense, you're going to replace it? I don't understand.
No. Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, looking at this, Georgia does not have a lot of players I can name. Listen, man, you got any money on the World Cup? I just put a decent amount of money on the World Cup online. I just bet a significant amount on Portugal, the 17-1 to win it, and I bet even more money on Spain. They're 7-2. Now I don't know anything about soccer. Okay, I don't think I've ever watched a full game of soccer. But I'm just going with the advice I was given by somebody that eats, breathes, and lives soccer. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm banking on him to bank this home for me. And, you know, I mean, I get a decent return if one of the teams wins it. Get a decent return. Hey, what are their odds at, man? I might do that. What are their odds at? What? I can bet on any team to win right now. I got people to make it. You know what I'm saying? They're running hard. Okay, boy. Tell me why Jacob Copeland is going to be the best freshman in the season. Jacob Copeland.
I ain't saying he's first at Harvard, but I will say this. When Jacob Copeland went to Florida, you'll be saying, man, we need another Jacob Copeland. We ain't seen nothing like Jacob Copeland. He's that good.
Wow. Wasn't he committed to Bama or some shit before? What's his name got him? Dan Mullen. Wasn't he committed to Alabama? Then Dan Mullen flipped him. Was that him?
Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it, man. Dan Mullen sold this kid off Nick Saban's front porch in the middle of the night. Snatched him out of that car, son. He was riding down on the spring game with Nick Saban, and Dan Mullen just snatched him, kidnapped his ass, brought him to the game in Florida where he belongs. This guy's a football miracle, son. I'm going to tell you. Jacob Copeland, 10-plus touchdowns. He's an X factor. Nobody's talking about him. But if he went to Alabama, everybody would be talking about him. He's a game changer. This guy is the sole reason the Florida Gators offense is going to be back, man. Because when you got guys like this on the perimeter, you have to game plan, you have to account for. It lets everybody else shine and be role players. Because he's a star, man. And we got star power for the Florida Gators. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Florida Gators are running high this year, man. 11-1, son.
I'm talking here with Lance and Jasper. This is Top Chief here. He's a diehard Florida fan, lives, breathes, everything Florida football. He loves Florida football as much as we love our Chiefs.
Hey, man, are you recording this? You got me on your show?
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a full show. I'm not going to run the whole show out, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm going to do is cut, like, the small, like, put all in the main points of the topics we've talked about.
Well, I appreciate you doing that, man. Send me a link, because I'll have to check it out. And I appreciate you having me on the show, bro.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, man, hit me up during the season, too, man. I'll be ready to roll. I'm telling you, man, this Gator defense is real, man. We go on and on about the Gators all night if we want to. I'm gonna tell you, nobody knows Florida Gators better than Lance and Jasper. Don't listen to the hype on Fireball.
You want to make a wager?
How much money you got, man? Because I'm broke.
Give me a wager. Give me a wager on the Florida Gators. What's the number I should take them in Vegas to win it all? What's a good number?
I'll tell you this. If Florida Gators don't win 10 games this year, I'll never talk football again in my life.
Oh, my God. You got it live here on King Chiefs. Lance and Jasper just said he is done with football. If the Florida Gators do not win 10 games this year, wow.
No, I said I will never talk football again.
Lance and Jasper said he will never talk Florida football again if they don't win. This man right here is confident in his Florida Gators. Okay? He's as confident as we are about our Chiefs. Listen to this man.
If we don't have the suspensions that we have, nobody's hurt Key before the season. We go into it with our players that I just talked about on this show. If we don't win 10 games, I'll never talk Florida Gator football again. Because if I don't know my team no better than that, I don't deserve to represent my damn team. I ain't like these punk-ass media boys. If I can't give it to you straight, if I can't give you the truth, Gator Nation, I don't deserve to talk about it. Come to your boy Lance and Jasper. Real talk, real people. I ain't going to piss in your face and tell you it's raining, son. Get the real facts down here in Jasper, Tennessee. Lance and Jasper.
Wait, you live in Tennessee? Wait, what? So why aren't you a Tennessee fan? Why do you love the Gators?
Because I love to be hated. Can't you tell? You think I'm on a picnic with a bunch of volunteers? Hell, the only reason I live in Tennessee because there's no prostitution. They're all volunteers.
Lance and Jasper here from Jasper, Tennessee, talking Florida football. He, not a Tennessee fan. This man says he loves to be hated. I guess that'd be like us living in Denver with our Chiefs shirts on. Wouldn't that be fucking hilarious? I'd love that too.
Hey, man, I got a bet with I call Gator Radio all the time, and I got a bet with that guy down there. If Jacob Copeland scores 10 touchdowns, it can be rushing and receiving combined, 10 total touchdowns this year, I get 2 free tickets to any Florida Gator team I want for me and my daughter. But if I lose, I got to take a picture of me in short shorts and roller skates at the Sonic. So, man, I'm putting my career on the line on 2 shows and my pride on the line.
Wait. Do you have to have a show of that? Do you just have to do that, or do you got to put that on your channel?
Oh, I got to put it on Twitter.
Oh, man.
Picture.
Oh, man. You all hearing this? This man has to go to Sonic in short shorts if his boy Copeland doesn't come through for him. Man, for his sake, I think we should root for Copeland to come through for him. You know what I mean? You'd have to kill me to go to fucking Sonic in short shorts on roller skates. I would die. This man is confident in a freshman Jacob Copeland.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. If if I don't know my team, man, I'll quit talking to them, bro. I know. I mean, I was high on the team last year, but Bill Steele was high on this team too. You can't. You got to take into accountable the suspensions and all the players. But I'll tell you right now, I'm accountable for my actions, bro. And I don't run from the truth, and I don't back up, man. If I say it, I stand by it. I'm as real as they get, bro. And I'm the same all the time. This ain't no act.
All right, tell me this. Okay, let's assume Jacob Copeland has 12 touchdowns, right?
Damn right. I'm going to the Florida LSU. I'm going to Florida Tennessee game next year.
Florida Tennessee, huh?
You better believe it. Me and my daughter. Rocky top, Rocky flop.
How did you know what I was about to ask you, son?
Oh man, I can feel it coming, man. I know Florida Gator football, man. I know where he is going, man. I can feel it. I don't know, man. I just got instincts, bro. Florida.
You think Florida will beat Tennessee pretty good this year?
I don't know about pretty good, man. I don't get into scores, man. I think it's a little bit more of a challenging game than you think. Just because I think Florida could get off to a hot start. The first 3 games are at home. Then your first game's on the road at Tennessee. I don't care how good the team is. That's one of the toughest places in college football to play. I think it's the toughest. And you got to worry about that game. You got to respect it. You don't want to get too high playing at home, then go on the road and get your ass kicked. But I think Dan Mullen, being in the SEC, will be prepared for that. He'll have his team ready to go. We should be able to get a win, especially with the talent level.
We're talking SEC East here. We're talking about Kentucky, Missouri, his Florida Gators. What do you think about the SEC, Lance? What's your opinion on the SEC East? I mean, I know. Look, we talked plenty about Florida and Georgia. What are your thoughts on the middle and low tier teams in the SEC? I mean, they're pretty. Let's just be honest. They're pretty weak right now. You got Tennessee that's pretty weak right now. Vandy is pretty weak right now. Kentucky and Missouri just average teams at best. Let's just be real. I mean, South Carolina. Everybody's high in South Carolina, but they're average too. I'm not high in South Carolina. Do you think it's going to hurt Florida playing these mediocre, average to below average teams?
Well, I think perception of the SEC East is Florida and Tennessee hasn't been the power of the East, so the SEC is weak. But I would say these teams are a little bit, Missouri and South Carolina, a little bit better than what you give them credit for. Are they great teams? No. But they got great players at their quarterback. Drew Lock and Jay Bentley, I put them up against anybody in the country.
You know why I'm saying that?
Do what?
You know why I'm saying that? Kentucky has beat South Carolina the past 4 years. Kentucky has beat Missouri the last 3 years. You can't tell me a team that's has a losing streak like that to Kentucky in football is more than an average team.
Missouri's, but you're saying Florida's top echelon, and Missouri's 4-3 against Florida since they came into the SEC. They got a winning record.
Florida didn't have Dan Mullen then.
Well, I agree, but again, like I said, I hate stats. You can use stats for anything, but I'm just talking about last year and this year. I think South Carolina, Kentucky proved they got proven quarterbacks, and that gives you a chance. That's all I'm saying. The perception of the SEC East is Florida and Tennessee ain't at the top, so it's down. But I'm going to tell you, Kentucky's got a quarterback coming in, Terry Wilson. I'm really excited about. I mean, if you look at their schedule, there's some wins on that schedule. So a lot of these teams you're talking about 6-6, yeah, they're middle of the pack. You got to be middle of the pack. But somebody's got to be at the top. Somebody's got to be in the middle. I don't think they're down programs. I just think it's a tough league. It's hard to climb, Georgia.
If I was to tell you that either Kentucky or Missouri is finishing third in the East, what would you say to me?
I mean, I could see it happening because I'm not sold on South Carolina like you. I could see one of them teams finishing third and South Carolina finishing fourth. I could see that.
So you don't think I'm crazy for saying that?
No, hell no. I think South Carolina can finish fourth.
I'm not sold on
South Carolina.
What do you think about Missouri?
I like Drew Lock a lot, but I think losing Josh Heupel is going to hurt their offense.
I agree.
That's why I would say I really think Kentucky's got a chance to be that third place team, if anybody. And I would go South Carolina 4, Missouri 5th.
Listen, I like Missouri. I really do. But I just don't think – look, I just don't think their defense is enough. Call me crazy, but I got Kentucky finishing third in the East.
I do too. I'm sitting right here and agree with that. I would say Kentucky third, South Carolina fourth. I'll go Tennessee fifth, Missouri sixth, Vanderbilt seventh.
You know why? Listen, this is
Because
the
I think Tennessee can beat Missouri and Vanderbilt. That'll give them the nod over them two teams.
Tennessee's going to be a lot better this year. You know what? I'm gonna change my thing. I got Florida and Georgia in the high tier. I got Tennessee, Kentucky, Mizzou, and South Carolina in the middle tier, and I got Vandy that's just behind. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, I can see it going because Tennessee's got some players, man. Ty Chandler's a badass running back. They got the receivers. Dewan Jennings coming back is a huge lift. The Callaway kid's pretty good. I like Tyler Bird out of Miami. I know he ain't really blossomed yet, but again, I think the guy's got a lot of potential that maybe the coaches didn't know how to get it out of him. Maybe this new coaching staff will. And the defense, they got a few solid players. The linebacker's really good. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Nigel Warriors in the secondary. Usually in a football game, no matter how good the team is, it comes down to a couple of plays. And if you got game changers, then you can change the game. And I ain't saying Tennessee's going to be top dog in the SEC, but damn it, they got some playmakers. I wouldn't disrespect them this year.
They're going to be competitive this year.
And that's what I worry about with Florida, man. Going off 3 straight home games, and then you go on the road and you play Tennessee, a team that you've dominated the last 13 years, and maybe you don't respect them. But again, Dan Mullen has the experience. I think he can get this team ready to do it.
Yeah.
But that is the game I worry about. It ain't Mississippi State. Of course Florida's going to be fired up to play Mississippi State because you're going to play that game for your coach.
Just for the record, Lance and Jasper's not high in Mississippi State this year.
7-5. I've had them tweeting me. I got 30 tweets on my Twitter today from Mississippi State fans that I said they'd go 7-5. But none of them got the guts to call a Lance and Jasper show.
Yeah, I guarantee there'll be a couple comments below about that. But
call me up.
It's hard. It's hard to disagree with that.
I'll be live.
Just for the record, Lance and Jasper, do you want to put your phone number out for this live show? 423-509-7007. 7007. Lance and Jasper, he'll talk football with you. He'll talk Florida with you. SEC. We're talking SEC East right now. Talking about Florida and Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, teams in the East. Just for the record, Lance and Jasper's not high on Georgia this year. Tell the people why you're not high on Georgia this year, Lance and Jasper.
Well, I'm gonna tell you straight up. To me, you're replacing your defense that cost you a national championship last year. You're replacing your whole front 7, all 4 of your starting linebackers. Your secondary is the biggest question on your team. I understand you got Baker and J.R. Reed. That's fine. But that's only 2 guys. When a lot of times you're playing nickel and dime in today's college football. 2 guys ain't going to cover a damn secondary. And I'm going to tell you this. If you look at their running back stable, they lost 85% of their offense in Chubb and Michelle. You don't replace that kind of leadership. You don't replace that kind of production. Do you realize DeAndre Swift, a great player, elite talent, he only had 51 rushes last year and 3 touchdowns. That ain't going to get it done. Because Nick Chubb had 225 rushes. Michelle had 158. You can't expect that kid to bump it up. And if he does, who's going to back him up? Don't give me Elijah Holyfield. He's a backup running back on any team. The guy was highly over-recruited, highly overrated. You don't run with your arms, you run with your legs. So don't be giving me the pipe, son. And if you want to talk about the quarterback, how's he going to lead this team? Jake Fromm. Because when you look over your shoulder, everybody in the stadium, everybody at home watching, everybody on the globe knows you ain't the best quarterback on your team. It's Justin Fields. How does he play with the pressure? He can't rely on the running game anymore. They finished 107th in offense passing efficiency last year in the nation. He's going to have to step up his game. I ain't sure he can do it. Because like I said, Isaac Nana has been all hype, no production. They got some nice wide receivers. They finally showed up in the national championship game. But the piece of work ain't enough to be proven. And don't give me recruiting, because nobody can name the damn players in their recruiting class.
why are Georgia fans telling me that Holyfield is going to be the breakout running back this year against the Chiefs?
Early, they're in trouble.
Yeah, I know. I know,
They
Uncle
don't
Lou.
have the depth that they're accustomed to. The true freshman, Zamir White, tore his ACL. They don't know when he'll be back.
Man, you're shocking me with some of these comments because
Well,
listen,
it's
I
no
so
fact.
hardly wanted to
I'm
argue.
not
I
talking as
wanted to
a
argue
fan.
with you and
I'm giving
explain
you
why
real
Kentucky is third in the East this year, and you agreed with me on that. I can't believe that you agreed with me on that. I thought I was going to have to explain to you why I have Kentucky 3 and Missouri 4 in the East this year.
Well, I looked at Kentucky's schedule today, and I think it's a winnable schedule. I think damn right they can win. Finish third in the East, no problem.
Give me.
Terry Wilson. I think Terry Wilson's going to be one of the top newcomers in the SEC. I
Hey,
think he's a better quarterback than people realize.
did you know Kentucky has another 4-star quarterback besides Terry Wilson that's a pocket passer?
Yeah, I've heard about him, but he ain't no Terry Wilson. I guarantee you that.
No, he's completely different from Terry Wilson. But they have 2 4-star quarterbacks. One 3 years in the system, the other one touchdown. Terry Wilson, fighting it out right now for the starting QB job.
I think when you're playing in the SEC, what Terry Wilson brings headaches to defenses. You can't prepare for guys like Terry Wilson. Yeah, you can come up with a game plan, but he can make plays happen that ain't there. And that's the difference in the SEC. You got to have those guys. Terry Wilson's your guy. You don't want a pocket passer in the SEC, man. Those days are gone.
Right. So you go with touchdown Terry Wilson if you were the Kentucky coach.
I'm telling you right now, Terry Wilson is my breakout player in the SEC this year. True freshman, besides my guy, Jacob Copeland. I would say he's going to be one of the top guys coming up in the SEC this year.
Yeah, nobody knows about him, man. I can't believe you do.
I know about him, man, because I study all teams. Yeah, I'm a Gator, but I ain't no homer, man. I watch tape. I mean, Dan Mullen recruited Terry Wilson. He's trying to get him to come to Florida.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fans turn on a player when they don't choose your school. I watched Terry Wilson's tape. This guy's elite, man. He's got an unbelievable skill, man. This guy's a true quarterback. He's got stuff you can't teach, man. And he can make plays that other guys just can't do, man. Terry Wilson's a hit. He's a hit, man. He scares me to death.
Lance and Jasper talking here. We're discussing all SEC East.
Talk about Dorian Baker coming back. They got Benny Snell. If they get anything on defense, I mean, Kentucky could upset Florida week 2. And that pains me to say. But it's a serious motherfucking game, especially with the win streak. I mean, they are tired. They are sick and tired. But at the same time, if you look at the talent level, Florida Gators should win that game. But the game ain't played on paper, man.
Yeah. Well, what I really like about Kentucky's the team this year is their offensive line. You talk about a couple Under Armour All-Americans. One's a 5-star recruit, other 4-star. They both turned down Bama and Florida, and all those schools came here. You got other guys on the line that have been there for a while. I really like their line. The main thing I have against Kentucky, though, the main thing I have against them is their defensive line. Their defensive line is not up to SEC standards. But other than that, they should be fine. I mean, listen, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Kentucky actually has 2 players that Mel Kiper named as the number 1 player out of their position. His top players.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but tight end C.J. Conrad, former 4-star recruit from up there in Ohio, he's number 1 on Kiper's tight ends this year of draftable players. And they got a linebacker that's also number 1 on his draftable players outside linebacker. I just think they have a lot of players that are going to surprise the SEC this year. And I got them continuing their streak against South Carolina, Mizzou. I really see only two, maybe three losses in the SEC. That being Florida, Georgia, and Texas A&M. I think that Mississippi State game is a toss-up with no Dan Mullen and a brand new coach out there early in the year. I'm looking at the schedule right now. I got them beating Louisville too. Louisville's supposed to be horrible this year. They invested in a 4-star quarterback named Juwan Pass. They thought he was great. Everybody realized he sucks, pulled their offers from at the end. Louisville was the only sucker school to take him. Juwan Pass has been horrible by all accounts. And they're going from Lamar Jackson, an elite quarterback, to someone like Juwan Pass. That's going to be a rude awakening. That Louisville team is going to be very sobering this year. I got Bama beating them 42-14 on the first game of the year. And I think it's going to pull a Florida State for Louisville this year. I think they're going to be so degraded from getting absolutely hammered by Alabama, similar to what Florida State did last year. I don't see Louisville having a big year. Your thoughts on that?
I agree with you 100%. I think Louisville's on the decline. I think Bobby Petrino, we've seen it before. When he loses his quarterback, I wouldn't be surprised to see him bolt after this year. I really don't have high praise for Louisville. A team that I'm sleeping on in the ACC. I like Virginia Tech. I think they can come out of the ACC this year.
You said Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they surprise people and win the ACC.
Wow. Lance and Jasper predicting Virginia Tech to win the ACC.
I like the schedule a lot. I ain't predicting them, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
Oh, man, stand by your predictions, man. Come on, man. You're killing me. You're live on air, man. I just told you that Kentucky of all teams is finishing third in the East.
I'll tell you
That's a statement right there.
They'll be in the ACC championship. Whether they can win that game or not, yet to be determined. But I'll tell you this, their regular season, I like them to win their division.
I don't mind the pick. They're going to have to go through Clemson.
I'll tell you what, if Virginia Tech can win their opener on the road at Florida State, I think you're looking at a 10-win, 11-win team.
Wow.
Pull up the schedule. I think they got Clemson and Blacksburg. And that's a third-year coach's job.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm not an expert on Virginia Tech. I couldn't name the roster. Like I say, I'm probably.
Well, they got a good coach, though. But I will say they got a good coach.
Over my head right here, but just glancing at the schedule when I did earlier, I would tell you right now, I like Virginia Tech's chances to win 10, 11 games. Easy.
So give me your order of the SEC West. We haven't really talked about the West. How do you got that? Who do you got? Who's your top team? Oh, you said Auburn.
Auburn.
So, but listen, Auburn has to play at Georgia and at Alabama back to back. Your thoughts on that?
Well, like I said, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Jarrett Stidham as a quarterback coming back for a senior year. He was outstanding last year. He beat both of them teams, so he's got confidence to play against them. And think about this: Georgia's lost their whole defense. They're not going to be as good on defense as they was last year. It's just not going to happen. And when you add a special player like Joey Gatewood, he brings a package to the field that really helps you on the road. Because this guy can create explosive plays with his legs. And I'm telling you, it really silences the crowd. Joey Gatewood's an X factor, man. He can do a lot of things Terry Wilson can do, but better. He's got the power run.
He's a big boy.
When Gus Malzahn can run the ball, it's all over. Look at what Brandon Marshall did. You give him a quarterback like that, plus a true quarterback with Jarrett Stidham, this offense is going to be one of the best in the SEC.
Wow.
Plus, the defense ain't going to drop a bit. Auburn's going to the SEC championship. I don't know what people are talking about.
You heard it here. He's got Auburn. I like the pick. I do. It's a ballsy pick.
It was ballsy last year, and I picked it. And they got there.
But just like fucking Virginia Tech, they're going to have to go through Alabama to get that title. You know that, right?
Do what?
Just like Virginia Tech has to go through Clemson. You know your pick right there. Your Auburn. They're going to have to go through Alabama to get that title.
That's every year. Every year.
But you just got to think about that for a second while you make that prediction.
They're not intimidated by Alabama like the rest of the team. They're used to it. It's in their blood. They're born to play Alabama, son. You just don't show up to the Alabama-Auburn game. You live for it.
See, I'm just not making.
You're bred in it, man. You're bred in that game. That ain't no intimidation for them two teams. I look forward to it.
See, here's the thing about me, Lance. When I do this stuff, when I say, I'm making a prediction, I'm not really making a prediction. I'm making a fucking bet in Vegas. I'm making a bet in Vegas about my picks. I don't just talk about picks. I make a lot of wager bets on those picks. That's why I take this real passionate. I take this football thing real passionate, real passionate, and I know my shit because my money's relying on it.
Well, if you took Alabama last year, you lost.
I did not take Bama last year. I am taking them this year, though. I wasn't high on Jalen Hurts. I never liked Jalen Hurts. I didn't know Tua. I watched Tua in his spring game, and I was impressed, extremely impressed. But I couldn't imagine in a million years the year after that he's going to be winning a title with Bama. I knew he was good, but I didn't think he was that good.
Who's going to have the better offense, Alabama or Auburn?
I'm going with the Tide.
Better offense than Auburn this year?
I'm high on Tua.
It ain't the quarterback. How good are you around the quarterback? I understand the running backs. The wide receivers are unproven. I love Jerry Jeudy as much as anybody out of the state of Florida, but I'm telling you, Auburn's offense is definitely be better than Alabama's this year. It won't even be close with the addition of Anthony Schwartz, the fastest man in America. I mean, plus the receivers they already have. Jarrett Stidham, Joey Gatewood. Are you kidding me? Don't be surprised if Austin Martin don't bust on the scene. True freshman running back. Mr. Alabama.
Damn.
You better study the roster, man. Auburn definitely better on offense than Alabama.
What about defense, though?
It won't be a far enough separation that if your offense is better, you can't win that game. I don't care where it's played.
So
I think Alabama have the number one total defense in the SEC. Florida 2, Auburn 3.
Florida 2?
You better believe it.
You got Alabama with the best defense, but you don't got them winning the West?
It's just because of their schedule. It's so soft. The teams they play and where they play them, they're going to shut them down.
Who, Alabama?
Auburn has to play Washington. You know they're going to score some points. They might not shut everybody down.
I'm just surprised you got Bama with the best defense, but you don't got them win the West.
Do what?
I'm just surprised you got you got Bama's defense won, but you don't even have them win the West. Don't you think Florida and Alabama would play if they had the top two defenses in the SEC championship?
Hell no, because I think offense is winning today in college football more than defense, and I think Auburn's offense is good enough to beat them.
Man.
Especially with Joey Gatewood. I don't think people realize how good Joey Gatewood is, and he's a package player for Gus Malzahn. When he can run the ball, he's tough to beat. And I don't care where the game's played. When you can run the ball, it takes the crowd out of the game. And when you got Anthony Schwartz and you got Joey Gatewood and you're running option and speed sweeps, I don't, and plus the passing of Jarrett Stidham, I just don't understand. I think Auburn's better than people think. I don't give a damn where the game's played. Do I trust their coach? No. But I think the players are experienced enough now, they can lead this team.
Yeah, I mean,
Alabama just don't impress me on their offense, man. I don't care who the quarterback is. Can they run the ball? Hell yeah, they can run the ball. But you have to throw the ball in college football. The wide receivers are unproven. They're replacing all of them. They're replacing their whole defensive backfield. Understand they got Patrick Surtain. He'll be the best corner they've ever had.
Yeah.
Write it down. Yeah. But I'm here to tell you, it don't replace all of your guys. It takes time. Their schedule allows them to coast to the Auburn game. It's pathetic.
Yep. Well,
that is because they're just that much better than everybody.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about Alabama going undefeated this year? Because I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I like 11-1 because I think Auburn's going to beat them.
So that's the only loss you got is Auburn.
If that ain't enough to keep them out of the SEC championship, maybe Auburn loses 2 games, but I don't think so. I think Auburn's going to win the SEC.
The whole SEC or just the West?
I can't predict it all right now because it's too early. It's really too
early. Oh, man. Come on, man.
Are you kidding me? You want me to predict the SEC championship right here?
Why not? We're fucking on the 2 fucking shows here. You might as well give your
I
prediction.
can do another show. This ain't the last show I'm ever going to do. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but this is
a fool of myself. Are you kidding me?
This is a
Wait till the
good
game
moment
gets
to make
set. We'll
that
see who's
prediction.
healthy. I'll tell you right. I picked the teams to get there. We got.
He's got for the record, he's got Auburn, Florida title.
I mean, what are you saying, man? I mean, you calling out the wrong dude.
He won't.
By what I say.
He won't give his prediction on the Auburn Florida game. He won't give his prediction on the Auburn Florida game, but that's who he's got in the SEC championship. Not bad picks. I mean, I got Georgia and Florida in a toss-up in the East. I got Alabama, Auburn, and mainly Alabama and Auburn really as a toss-up in the West.
Just bet on all 4 of them teams, man. I mean, come on. I mean, at least I picked 2 teams. Have some guts.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar to what I got. I mean, to be honest with y'all, I'd probably put some money on it. And this is why.
He ain't thought about it enough. He ain't studied it enough. He's guessing right now. Hold your bet, son. You're going to make yourself look foolish.
Listen.
And that's the truth. You ain't studied these rosters enough to sit right here on national radio or whatever the hell this is, live radio, sports talk, real talk with real people. The rosters enough to make these kind of predictions.
He just named the 5 shows this is about to be on.
I mean, you're fooling yourself, bro.
Lance and Jasper here wanting me to give my predictions on the SEC championship. He just predicted Florida and Auburn, and I'm about to hit him with something hard. I got Alabama. I got Alabama and Georgia in a rematch of the SEC championship game.
Well, that's great. Won't you tell me some of them players on defense that's going to replace Georgia?
Well, Georgia, you know, they have a lot of losing players. I
don't want to hear about nothing but players.
Okay.
Players win championships.
All right. Here's the play.
Tell me who's going to replace them 4 starting linebackers.
Nobody.
Tell me right now.
Nobody. Replacing them is a sophomore freshman. I think his name is Rice or something. I don't know. Sophomore redshirt freshman coming in. He's he'll be a redshirt sophomore this year. He coming in to play middle linebacker. They got DeAndre Walker out on the outside returning. He's a defensive end. He's probably going to be their best player on defense. I mean, he was ranked top 5 of Mel Kiper's best draftable players for the year. DeAndre Walker, he'll be solid. Natchez Patrick's the middle linebacker. You know, he's good, but I mean, he's not going to replace Roquan.
He's got 103 tackles like David Reese for the Florida Gators.
David